Well, welcome to Real News Live. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Biden's about to set Iran free and inflation going out of control. U.S. dollar losing over 1.3%. Donald Trump might run for president and Biden impeachment. We can only pray, what's happening next. A lot going on in the news, though, but how you guys doing tonight? Welcome to Real News Live. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Debbie Rogers. Hi, Nana. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Rodney. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Matt. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Wade. Hi, Wanda. Hi, Steven. How you guys all doing tonight? And everybody else that's in here that's not in the chat. But how you guys doing tonight? A lot going on out there. First, let's talk about Fetterman even still running for office in the Senate race in Pennsylvania. I mean, with his second stroke now, barely able to make a speech even at his debate with Oz, he's still running. Democrats are still pushing Fetterman for office as in New York's Senate race. I mean, this is ridiculous. You got somebody that can't put two words together, and they want them to be the senator for Pennsylvania. This is one of the biggest farce that I've seen so far. Hopefully Oz takes the seat, so we have another Republican in that seat. Yeah, even Oprah backing Fetterman today. Ridiculous bunches. But Biden, of course, vowing to free Iran as Tehran marks the 1979 U.S. embassy takeover amidst protests, saying, "Don't worry, we're going to free Iran," Biden said, of course, during his campaign speech yesterday in California. I mean, what does this mean? Are we going to go to war with Iran now? Or is Biden just, of course, speaking once again out of turn and out of place? It's ridiculous. As he vowed to free Iran before saying demonstrators that appeared on track to free themselves. His remarks, of course, drew swift rebuffs from Tehran, where the Islamic Republic hardline president addressed a reality to remarks to 1979 takeover of the U.S. Embassy. I mean, you have protesters that are standing up, yes, but we have no right to step in another country. This is, of course, one of Biden's many oversteps in speeches that he says himself over and over again. I mean, how many times do he have to make it obvious that he is not competent to sit in office before somebody removes him? We know Republicans, of course, are ready to pounce at any time now. The House, of course, is preparing to sharpen its focus on Hunter Biden's business dealings as well. The House Republicans are wasting little time to jump headfirst into probes involving the business dealings of President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, and the Biden family itself. If they win majority next week in midterm elections, guaranteed these investigations will go forward. Republican House oversight committees and panels are set to lead probes to the GOP's formally take control of the chambers next year, and plan on pressing the investigation into the Bidens the week after the elections. They don't plan on waiting. Get ready for, of course, Biden impeachment. As we have to de-clown America and we have to get the clown out. Biden delivered multiple speeches, even his major speech on Wednesday that we covered, warning that of dangerous right-wing extremists. Basically, any Republican is a right-wing extremist, according to him, poses on democracy. And then preaching at the same time unity instead of division, making no sense whatsoever. I mean, we've seen this time and time again. This is getting to a scary point. People need to realize and wake up what's happening. I mean, the economy is not going to get any better. I mean, most economists are saying now in order to stop or even try to slow inflation, it's going to require at least a federal interest rate of 6%, which means loans will be around 10 to 12 to 17% on basic loans. We're not talking credit cards. Credit cards could be up to 40%. This is going to be a scary, scary line of events. I mean, the US dollar today alone lost 1.3% as China's reopening and circulation is all around. Everybody's talking about it. I mean, this is crazy. US dollar index shed more than 1.3% in one day. I mean, this is the steepest slide we've seen since March of 2020 when COVID hit. Well, the yen rose, of course, 1.6% against the dollar. So the yen's going up and the dollar's going down. This is not a good time for America. It's sad. And that's why, with aggressive interest rates for the U.S. We just got to watch and see what happens next, because this could turn into a big problem. Beat inflation, we're looking at raising interest rates to at least 6% at the federal level. It means just one thing after another. Trump, of course, making strong suggestions that he had plans for 2024 to run as president. Let's see if that actually comes true. Of course, the jury today finds Tom Barrack not guilty of foreign lobbying and lying to the FBI. You know, this whole conspiracy theory around what Trump was doing with the United Arab Emirates and everything else has fallen apart. Just another one of the houses, or Nancy Pelosi's and the Democrats' ways of trying to go after Trump, are falling apart every time they turn around now. They want his tax returns. The Supreme Court said no. Today, his longtime friend and former fundraiser, Tom Barrack, was found not guilty of charges of acting as an unregistered foreign agent during the Trump administration, lying to the FBI about contracts. He never lied. It was proven. But once again, nobody's talking about it. Yeah. He's already out of the hospital. He was hit in the head multiple times with a hammer, multiple skull fractures, I guess. Grocery price is going to get more ridiculous as we go forward with this, because inflation is out of control. Biden cares about what's happening in Iran and Afghanistan and on the campaign trail. It's getting so bad for Democrats at this point that they have Hillary and Bill Clinton out there returning to the trail, struggling to get votes. I think we're looking at maybe an American Civil War coming up. I hate to say this, or a Civil War just between Democrats at this point. No matter what happens with this election, it's not looking good. I mean, the business dealings of Hunter Biden, of course, has him and his whole family up for grabs. That's just one thing after another. Even though Biden himself said that he had never even considered being involved in business with family, nor any in overseas business whatsoever. But we know that's a lie now. We've proven it. We've seen his meetings even in the White House after, of course, payments were made to his son when he was vice president. He met with people overseas and in the White House that those payments came from. That's an impeachable offense by itself on its own. I mean, he is not fit to be in any sort of government just because his mentality, he has no mental aptitude left. I mean, this is a sad event. Not only that, we're watching what's happening in North Korea. I mean, launching one after another missiles. Of course, going to be testing nuclear missiles soon. 140 planes today. They flew at South Korea's border, causing a rapid scramble of jets from the South Korea, but so they can only get 120 off the ground by the time they're going to enter, showing that they're not prepared for any attack that North Korea would put on them. It's just sad. It is sad watching what's happening. We have a crooked government that doesn't know what to do. Literally does not know what to do. Yeah, our government is a mafia at this point. It is crooked as can be. It is scary to watch and see what's happening. As we know, it's fuel prices are going up. Now we have, of course, natural gas being shipped out of the U.S., being bought by these shell companies, and then being held at sea until European prices increase. Literally, these ships are sitting off the coast of Europe waiting for the price increase in Europe in order to sell it, making sure these companies make handsome profits that does not benefit anybody in the long run. It's sad. It is very, very, very sad. Watching everything fall apart piece by piece around the world, not just here, but abroad. As people, of course, are going to be going hungry or going cold this winter, one or the other. I don't even know what to say anymore about it. Yes, I think if DeSantis runs, Trump would only be able to run as a vice president for DeSantis. And I think I know you guys, I love Trump, but I think he's getting too old. Let's be honest, we got another 2 years before that office is even in play. And in 2 years, we're talking about him being just as bad as Biden with his memory issues. Let's be honest. I think we got to look forward to like a DeSantis and a Marjorie Taylor Greene presidency, or DeSantis as the head and somebody else as a vice. I don't know who, but we definitely need a strong vice. It's just sad. Watching what's happening. Ridiculous. Trump Jr. is too young to run yet. Crazy. Go around the world and we put in false presidents. And of course, we use that for a term for war with proxy war with Russia. Seeing where that's leading us. One way or another, that's probably going to end up nuclear. This is just drastically one-sided. Forecast for elections so far is Democrats will lose the House and the Senate. So we're looking at 51 seats in the Senate, and I don't know how many seats now in the House, but we will have majority in both, which will be good, but that doesn't stop the president. I was talking about the game-changing role of back-to-back impeachments at this point. As we know, Harris already has impeachable offenses for funding the bail fund and building the bail fund for the riots experienced in early summer of last year or the year before. I mean, yeah, take control and stop him from. Well, if we take control and he gets impeached, he's out. They can try all they want, but that's what I'm saying. This could end up very bad very quickly. Midterms right now. It's just sad. People are worried about how to pay their power bills, but at the same time, they're worried about how fair the election is going to be. At this point, they should have everybody use their thumbprint for the voter registration, and on your ballot, you should have to put your thumbprint. There's only one of your thumbprint, so only one of your ballots can be counted. I mean, we have third world countries that do it that way. There's a reason for it. It works. You can't make a thumbprint that doesn't exist in the system. You can't have multiples of the same one. Proves the point. We got Democrats doing ugly things all around. AOC, though, of course, is under fire by the own people that elected her. AOC is, of course, the voters that voted AOC in are unhappy with her with the Ukraine situation and everything else she's voted in. She was supposed to be an outsider. She's not playing right along party lines. It's just sad. Sad truth in America is not the freest country in the world. We are not the strongest country in the world by far. We're not united as one. We cannot see through this. I think we'll see riots again for sure. Hopefully they won't become as bad as I think they're going to become, but I think riots for sure. You can only say so much and see so far ahead. But Democrats keep the House and the Senate, we'll see riots. They lose the House and the Senate, we'll see riots. They lose just the Senate, we'll see riots. They lose just the House, we'll see riots. So it pretty much points to we'll see riots. Be prepared, that's all I can say. Make sure you have food and water at your house and everything you need. Diesel fuel issues are still not being fixed, and nobody's calling to fix them in an emergency because they say we're still producing so much. We're only at a deficit of a little bit per day. That deficit is eating away at the strategic or the leftover reserve. If we end up at war with any other country right now, we are done. It's important to keep that in mind. With everything going on with our politics here in the United States, going through an election, troops in Ukraine, and that they still have not talked about anything about them other than they were inspecting weapons at one time. They mentioned it, got it off quick, hoping nobody will play this or pull down the subject line again and find out why they're still there. God bless you all. Thank you guys for being here with me tonight. Of course, if you guys can afford to, please donate to the channel. Of course, I've already spent quite a bit of money. We did provide families, 300 families meals this year. I've already written a check to Walmart, so they will be going out to the people in need. God bless you all. God bless America. Please have a great night. Stay strong and stay true to yourself. No matter what happens, we have to work together. Good night.